was here a couple of years ago, and I asked him about his production and how he's making his own music. He said that he had put all his studio processors, he was giving his studio processors away. He put his old mini modes and synthesizers in the closet, and he was doing it all with software now. The next day, Moby said he wouldn't have anything to do with software, he was doing it all with hardware, he was recording a 24-track tape. Where do you fall along that software-hardware divide?
I don't see why people have to make any comments about it at all. Just use what you like. There's some amazingly good software, and there's some amazingly good hardware at all. And then you've got silly idiots like me going around kicking things at the recorder.
But then you process the sounds with software, then?
Or pedals.
Oh.
You stick it for guitar pedals, anything you like. It's all about making noises. Who gives a shit about whether it's digital or analog or software or hardware? I don't care. I don't care. If the noise at the end of it is a cool noise, that's the only thing that matters.
When you do use software, when you're starting a project, what's the first thing you reach for? What do you boot up?
There's a bit of software that a company with Native Instruments do. Well, actually, no, it's a non-shoot Native Instruments, but it's that they do. There's a thing with damage, mutations, evolved mutations. There's all kinds of little things that run through Contact, which is really, really cool.
It's an American company.
Really powerful. Yeah. Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, do you know that?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Okay, yeah. Yeah, they do Evolve. Yeah. They're, I think they're in Massachusetts. Anyway.
Well, anyway, they're great. And Spectrasonics, I think they're definitely American.
Oh, yes.
It's amazing stuff. Omnisphere, probably the best.
I love Omnisphere.
Best thing ever. Software one. Amazing.
Do you modify the sounds much, or just take what comes right out of the box?
No, you've got to modify them.
Yeah. Make them your own.
Well, up to a point, yeah.
Otherwise, you sound like everybody else. Oh, I've got that sound.
Yeah.
Why doesn't he do something original?
I bet Mr. Spectrasonics will still notice it though.
Oh, yes.
Probably, but yeah, you do. You have to change them a little bit.
You have a reputation for looking forward rather than back. What do you think you'll be doing, or what do you want to be doing 5 or 10 years from now?
Well, I want to still be doing this. I love this. Touring, making albums, touring. I love it as much now, if not more, than I did as a teenager when I started out. I really, really love it. I wasn't always so cool with touring. It took me a long time to learn how to do it. I was really shy at first and really awkward, but I did get used to it, and I love it now. It's like a schoolboy's day out. You have these trips and you're a kid. There's school trips and you'll go out on the bus and you're at the back of the bus being childish. Well, that's kind of what it's like still. I never grew up, so I love that. I love the travelling. I like going to new places. I don't often see as much of them as you would like, but I love that anyway. The band are my closest friends. So everyone gets on really, really well. Being on stage, playing your songs to people that in the main like them. It's a lovely thing to do. People clapping and cheering at you. It makes you feel cool and lovely. You can earn a living from it. I can't think of anything that I'd rather do really. But I know I'm getting older, and I know that there is an end, probably an end of that coming. I think that there'll come a day when you wake up and you look in the mirror and it's just too much. Honestly, what I do, it's all a little bit angry, doing all that. And there comes a point when you just look so old that you just look silly. You can't get really old and be angry because you look pathetic. And so I know that's coming. And
the Rolling Stones get away with it.
Oh yeah, but do that. Oh, I shouldn't. Oh, no, it's just in England there was a newspaper article where they did these massive massive shows in England, and there's a picture of Mick Jagger and Keith Richards. I shouldn't laugh, it's so cruel. But and it had Night of the Living Dead. I did laugh after I don't want to be like that. I don't want anyone to
make fun of you.
So maybe in 5 years I'll have to be stopping it. But one of the other reasons for coming to America is with this in mind, what you're going to do next that you would find challenging and exciting, and you could write the things you want to write. It's film music. If I could.
Oh, you're in the perfect place for it.
But yeah, again, Los Angeles, what better place to be? And already, things are beginning to happen there. When this tour's finished, I go to Britain, we do a little tour in Britain, but then when I come back at the end of November, in December and January, I'm doing a film score for this little animated thing called From Inside, which for me will be a very gentle first step into it. And I can learn the terminology, I can make sure the equipment is doing it, and just get a feel for what it's all about. And it's a very no pressure, easy, laid back kind of thing. I hear, I've got friends that make film music, and I hear that it can be very difficult. Not that actually writing music, that's easy, but the dealing with the people.
Correct.
Yeah, there can be a lot of money involved, other people's careers are on the line, they're all stressed. And the music as I've got, the last thing that's done is that deadlines are coming, and they come in and they just want you to change everything. Yes. I've spent my whole life being my own judge. And now I've got a thing about moving into a situation where somebody else is going to be telling me what to change, what to do. And I'm not sure I'm going to, and I'm so not tactful. When I was younger, they said I had Asperger's. I honestly don't think I do now, but I think I don't know if you grow out of it, I'm not sure if that happens, but I seem to be able to deal with it better now. But when I was younger, this whole Asperger's thing, you're so blunt. You don't mean it to be rude, but it comes across as rude and offensive. Well, I've still got a bit of that in me, so I'm not good at smoothing things. Somebody says something that I don't like, I just we'll talk about it, there and then. So I'm not, I think I possibly need to be a lot more tactful than I am. And that's all going to go probably wrong, I think, really.
I think everybody here appreciates your opinion.
Trent's done it, I wouldn't consider Trent to be overly tactful.
He did quite well.
Yeah, he did all right, didn't he? He was lovely. I mean, he wrote my first testimonial for the immigration. He's been lovely. He's been really helpful.
Is he a good friend?
Pardon?
Is he a good friend?
Oh, well, I see a lot more of him now than we did. Okay. But yeah, no, he's lovely. When we first moved here, we'd only been here about a week, and he invited us round to one of his kiddies' birthday parties, introduced us to all his friends, and gave us a social life immediately. And he just made you feel welcome, And he's been lovely, actually, really, really helpful and really kind. And bring me out on these things. He knows that for me that it's a good thing.
And I know he gives you a lot of credit as being a major influence on that.
Yeah. Isn't that lovely?
It is. Because he's got quite an audience that you can build on.
Yeah. No, he's been probably more than anyone. He's been more helpful to me. And probably more than anyone, except for Jim, has been instrumental, I think, in this sort of renaissance that I've been having over the last few years. I think Trent's been the main one, but there's been a number of people who've done cover versions, Foo Fighters and Manson, Randomness, and other people that have done cover versions of stuff, and every time that happens, it introduces you to their audience, and
even some rappers.
Yeah, and it helps to to create your profile. It brings people in. They may not like what you do, then they might not just drift away again, but it brings people in. It gives you that chance.
Exposure.
Yes, to get through to people, and it's so valuable, and it gives you credibility. and that is worth its weight in gold, if you could weigh it. It's, you know, it's a very difficult thing to achieve, credibility, especially when you know, my first 10 or 15 years with the press, the British press in particular, but still here to a degree, I was a laughing stock, I was a joke. You know, if they wrote about me at all, it would be scathing.
And that'd be hard.
Yeah, well, you just stop reading it now, it's easy to avoid. But one of the newspapers said my mum and dad should have been sterilised.
Oh,
That's a bit strong.
Yeah. Now, if someone were in the same